Maps and teleporting in Firestorm. In Firestorm, we have two map buttons. We have a big map, or just call it map of the world, and we have a mini map. So let's start with the big map. Here's the big map of the whole region, the whole world. Let me actually crunch it up, because this is probably how you're going to see it. It seems to come up for the first time like this. So just grab the corner down here, move your cursor until you get this little arrow, and then make it larger. There is a zoom here. You can zoom small or big, so let's make it the big as we can, and we can just click on it to move around, to reposition the map. Most of this here doesn't matter at all, because we don't need any of this stuff. Over here, what the map does, it gives us a schematic of the land. A lot of the elements are rather cryptic, and a lot of them are kind of shadows of other things, so we don't really know what it is until we actually go there. But you can see the outline of the land, or of this island here. We got two regions. Here's one region, and it tells you the name. This is Eretz Tova, and this is Yerushalayim 1. Okay, and this one is pretty much square. This one is an island with water around it, and some other little islands. If I turn my avatar, okay, just to rotate, left arrow key, I can see that sort of cone is moving. So that cone shows me what my viewpoint is. So if I go like this, I'm looking straight towards this peninsula. If I just minimize, I'll just click this here. So that peninsula over there, that is where we have our current reading group. There was a time when we were meeting here, we were meeting over here, we've met along here. This is where I was teaching Rosine classes. We've met here, we've met here. Right now we're meeting here, okay? Where is that? Well, you see that peninsula there? If I look at the map, it's right there, okay? Let me get back my vantage, or put my camera back. What I did was I clicked on the ground, because if this is clicked, if this is active, then anything I try to do in world is not going to work. So you click on the ground to get it back to the virtual world, and then hit escape, and it'll reset your camera. Okay, if I want to go to any spot, say I want to go over there, I can just double click on the land. So I can click over here. I want to go there, double click. Okay, it'll teleport me right there. So that's one way to get around, and the map is nice. It's actually Control M as well. The map is nice because you start to get a geographical sense of where things are. There's north, there's east, there's west, there's south. Our current meeting place is up in the northeast corner, okay? The CRT place, or the landing place, the default landing place is in the middle here. The CRT place is right around here. That's the main place where we do our communicative language teaching. So I can double click there, and I'll be right there in our circle with our little sheep. And if I zip around here, I can see, if I use my camera, Adonai Ro'i, Lord is my shepherd. Okay, that's the little circle that we're using for most of our current CLT stuff. So that's the map. It allows me to zip around. I can just double click. I can go to this corner. All right. Zoom out, see what's going on there. Okay, click it again. The other thing I can do is I can see these little green dots are people. Okay, now I know who this is because I can click this here. I can see that Bob the Builder is online. So I could go to him by right clicking and saying teleport to, and I'll land on top of his head, if you've seen my other video. Or I could message him and he could send me a teleport or whatever. But I can see he's there. I could just double click. So I'll just double click close to him. There's my teleport. I'm going to a new region. It takes a bit longer because I have two regions here. And there he is. Okay. There's Bob the Builder. And he's overseeing some construction here of Jerusalem, right? This is a kind of a project I haven't finished. These are the walls of Old City Jerusalem. You got the City of David here, and the Temple Mount with the Antonia fortress there. So it's the Second Temple era. and these are some of the walls. This is the landform here is all to scale, and it's 1/4 scale. Although the avatars are a bit big, they're more like 8 feet tall or something. So if I walk down here, this is a miniature version of the Kidron Valley, right? So I go up here, I can fly up here, and this here would be Mount of Olives. Zip up there and have a look around. Now I'm giving you a tour. Okay, so maps allow us to see the whole thing and quickly move around. This, by the way, is a vocabulary board that I made for the Racine class some time ago. Let's actually go to the side. And this is vocabulary, okay? So these are tiles you can click. So I click this.
Coal.
I hear my own voice because I made the recordings. Like the closer in I zoom, the better I can hear it, because this is in-world audio. This is the audio. If you watched the voice video that I made, I mentioned an audio control. That's this up here, this master control. This is in-world audio. This control, this volume control, controls how loud you hear this. It doesn't affect voice, but this is the one place, I think the only place I have in-world audio. So if you click this, you could use this for vocab if you're just doing isolated words. Coal, you could try to say it.
Coal.
Listen to it, and when you click it, it flips over and gives the definition. Asher, what does asher mean? You think in your head, okay. You look at it, okay, and it gives a definition. El Melech, what is Melech? Okay. Is Melech queen or is Melech king?
Melech.
Melech is king, okay. So I put the first 100, I believe this is, 10 times 10, 100 words here. And on the other side, it's the very same tile. The other side is the English side, because it's just the other side. So
Coal.
same audio, but now you're guessing, you're looking at the English and you're guessing the Hebrew, right? So who, which, what, who, whom, that, which. What is it again? I think it's Asher.
Asher.
Look at that. I'm right. So that's some functionality built into the world with audio. But back to maps. So the big map shows us where we are. We can click around to get around, click anywhere to get around. And so I want to go over here. Let's go over there. And we can see this is an artificial thing. It doesn't follow the real contour of the land. I just made it here. It's a lookout area. And from here, I can see the whole region, all right? I can see it here. And I can see that Bob's still over here. That's the big map. I can also see my location here. I can see that I'm at 206, 221, and an altitude of 57. If I move, let's just move a little bit. Oh, I lied. That's not where I am. That is where I would go if I double-clicked it. So let's just go back there. I believe if I click the map, that will update. Right. Okay, so wherever I click, this is the location here, okay? So if I want to go to Bob, I could click here, double-click, I would go there, but it also tells me the coordinates. If I want to go to a particular place, say I want to go right to the middle of Sim, 128, 128, and 57 is the altitude. Let's go to 100. I don't want to be stuck in the land. And then I can teleport there, okay? And there I am, 100 feet up, 100 meters up in the center of the Sim, okay? This is getting a bit techie, but anyway, that's how the map works. You can do all kinds of stuff. This, by the way, I put this big sky screen up just so that I don't have a bandwidth hit by, sorry, I'm talking and trying to move at the same time. I don't have a bandwidth hit by having all whatever's in this world, in this sim, impacting what's on that sim. But it's transparent, or not transparent, it's permeable. You can just walk through here and pop out on the other side. And there we are. There's the big thing that looks like the sky. Now, there is another map that's called the mini map, and that's this bullseye. And this comes up often up here. You can move that anywhere you want. You can resize it. It's pretty noisy, some ways more than the other one. But the advantage of this is you can see people move in real time, okay? So let's close this up here, or shrink this up so we can see. This is Carlos here, okay? Or sorry, this is Bob. This is Carlos. So let's move Bob. I'll have Bob fly around. And we can see, look at the map up here as I fly him around. You can see that his dot is moving there. And this is good if you want to follow people while flying, because flying is so quick that you very quickly get out of earshot, out of chat shot, if you can say that, like you can't chat there, and out of voice distance. They won't hear you anymore. You won't see them because they'll be too far away, or they'll be behind something, right? So you want to follow someone while flying, like you all want to go and you want to investigate this, then you can use the mini map and just follow the dot. Now I can't demonstrate this and fly both at the same time, okay? But let's imagine he's flying, he's over here. Then this guy can pop up. We'll fly him, we'll go up, pop into the world there. He wants to go find Bob. He can fly there just by looking at the mini map without having to worry about actually seeing him in world. I can just track there. Okay, there. Now I see him in world. Go up. There he is. Okay? Right above him. And we see him in both views now. There we go. So the mini map is good for following people while flying. Or when there's a bunch of people online, you can look at it, actually either map, and you can see all the green dots. If all the green dots are in one spot, you know, okay, there's a bunch of people there. I'm going to go over there. And you can double click to go there. But if they're in the middle of moving, then you can just follow them by using the minimap. So those are two maps. They're useful for seeing the world, for teleporting to a particular location, for seeing where people are, and just for getting your bearings for the whole region, or for all the regions. There's two regions in one virtual world. One final thing I forgot, just looked at my notes here. I do have, related to teleport, I do have some teleportation cones, and I may do more of these. Let me just zip over there. Actually, let's be smart. Actually, I'm going to fly through here first. Just so we can see. Okay. So I could walk or fly, but I want to go to the top of this hill. And so I'm going to use my little mini map. Like the big map, I can double click on the mini map to go directly somewhere. So I'm going to double click there. And I'm flying. I'm going to close this up here. And I'm actually going to extend this here. And we'll go down. Okay. So there we are. So I have a few of these. I just want to show you how they work. This is a object, a little teleportation cone. It says teleport on it. And if I click it, it pops open. Actually, what it does is it puts me on there as a seat. I'm actually sitting on it like a chair. And it gives me a menu. And I can go to, I got 4 places built in here. Okay. So let's go to South Cove, see where that is. Okay. That's over here. That's at the hotel at the Western Wall. And wherever I have one, or wherever these things send you to, I also put another teleportation cone. So let's do it again. We'll click that. And we'll go to old radio. Where's that? Oh, that's over here in the island. Okay. Now, I know where all this stuff is, but it's not going to make a lot of sense to you unless you've explored. But if I zoom back, you can see, okay, this is the island. Okay. And there's a cone there too. So I can click on that. Let's go to high water. This is a little store with a whole bunch, or not a whole bunch, with some other things in it. Some hair, some clothing, if you want to get into avatar customization. I just have a little bit. There's not a lot to be had here, but you can explore around the treehouse. And this actually is a skybox. So we're up at 6,000 or 695 meters. If I zoom out, enough, you can see this is a skybox, and it's up high enough that I don't see the world very well. Okay, we're way up in the sky. So this is another option for if we have multiple groups. We can make a skybox and we can put people up there, have a class over here, have a reading group over there, something else. They're out of earshot from everybody else. Let me go back down to Weathertop, which is where I started. And we can make more of those and put them in different spots. We have all these circles. If you look, just look at the map here from a distance, or not the map, a distance view. You can see I got all these circles. I got one here and here and here. These were for when we were splitting up into groups in our CLT, so we could practice, have like 3 or maybe 4 people together to do an exercise, practicing speaking some Hebrew, whatever our exercise was. We'd split up, run over there, come back, and then this was sort of our central location. You could have teleport cones at each of these, right? They all have names and a little picture. Or you can just use your map, or you can zoom like I'm doing. Well, zooming will show it to you. If you want to go there, you're going to need to use your map. So I could go like this and double click, or that's the big map, or I could use the mini map, and it's a little bit more chaotic, and the mini map spins around. So the mini map spins according to your viewpoint. The big map always stays in the same place and just gives you that different cone there. You see how the mini map spins around, the big map stays fixed. So take your choice. And this one's a bit more clear as well. But here you can see, if you know what's going on, you can see, oh, I know there's a circle here. So I can double click and I can go there. And there we have it. And then I can close this up.